Okay. We're gonna try this out. Hopefully, Pathfinder works. Oh, I've got slow down, but it's not capturing the game. Love that. Okay. Well, hello, folks. Okay, we're gonna lo-fi version of music turn off, please. And game capture. Hello, Cypher. How we doing? That would be why it's no. Okay, hold on. Oh God, why is that so big? It is so big. Oh no. We're just gonna keep making that reasonable. Hello, Claudia. Welcome, welcome. Now we can make that go about schmear. And then do that. And then hopefully it captures. Hey, there we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Brownie. I apologize for like the hour-long delay, y'all. I was like getting ready for stream, and then my stomach was like, no, pain time, and I was like, oh God. So, yeah. Anyway, Brownie, is that moon phases? Is that dumpling? What is that? Also, I need to, for the sake of my computer not crashing, we need to put this into performance mode. Please let me know if anything breaks on the stream. Oh boy, we'd be struggling today. All right, it's melty face. Gotcha. It did not translate to my chat properly, so I apologize. All right. I need to turn sound down a lot. Okay, so everybody, we're gonna do character creation and like the beginning of this game, and then we'll go from there. This is hopefully not going to replace the Elven Demon Hunter Rager playthrough that I had going forever ago, which I do still have saved on my computer. It will be getting posted to YouTube eventually. If that is a thing that you would be interested in seeing on the VOD's channel, let me know. I can prioritize it. But yeah, I figured you guys could give me some preferences on what you want to see out of our bonus stream here, and you could tell me, you know, difficulty and ancestry and class and all that, and then I'll do my best to play it. But you've had a very, very off day today, Cypher, but ultimately in a good way, strangely. Well, I'm glad that you've had ultimately a good day, even if it was not, even if maybe you had to get there in a roundabout way. But yeah. Hold on. I've got some Pathfinder friends that I'm gonna bug and be like, hey, tell me what to play in Pathfinder. There's a stool shaped like vintage books in the guest room you're staying in. That's a good stool. I like that stool. Is it the same room that I was in when I was down there? Are those different? Oh, because there's fewer guests this time? Question mark. I didn't realize. Like, I was wondering if they added a cool stool to the Bloomberg terminal room, but you've been doing well, Claudia. Not much out of the ordinary today for you. Well, I'm glad that you've been doing pretty well. That's always good. Came to some worthwhile mental health conclusions today. Okay. Well, Safer, I'm glad that it seems to be working for you. We're gonna hit snooze on that bad boy real quick. Okay, but before we do any further check-ins, do people what do people want to do for game difficulty? We're staring at the thing here, but I am thinking normal or easier, because anything above normal and you have to really start paying attention to like party balance and game rules and stuff, and I feel like that is not what we wanted to do. Just you, so you get promoted up the guest room ranks. Okay. I unfortunately need to be right back. Everybody in chat, tell me what you want to do for... Give me a race and class combo and game difficulty. You are the most junior relative. I see. Yes, I do see. Party balance seems like a problem to avoid to you. Yeah, just tell me story, casual, or normal. Normal is like totally doable with whatever we want to do. The easier we go, obviously, the more leeway we have. But yeah, I will be back in a few minutes. I'm actually going to put the lo-fi back on while we figure it out. But yeah, give me race and class combos, normal, and make all the worst decisions possible in any given moment. Oh god. I can have a pretty sapphic group in this, Claudia. I will tell you that right now. So, anyway, I will be right back. We're gonna do that. We're gonna turn the music back on. Oh, hey. Sorry about that. Jesus. Stomach's still upset. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Do apologize. Hi, we're back. Oh boy. Hello, local. Hello, Shades. Hello, Garden. Welcome, 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 welcome. Okay. Claudia says Magus or Kineticist. Looking at the list in the game setup, you're kind of curious what being a tiefling is like. Plus, you say having a tail is cute. So tieflings are, they're like D&D tieflings, if you're familiar with that. Like this game is from the same DNA. So, so that nice post about liking to be an elf on Blue Sky the other day, though. So we could be an elf, we could be a tiefling. But so far, Claudia's the only one who has stated preferences. So, I think it sounds like we're gonna go normal difficulty unless we, you know, can we lock in? Can we lock in story, casual, normal? What are we doing? Local, we got to pick one thing. Unfortunately, this is Pathfinder First Edition, so. Gnome Hell Knight, never seen one of those before. Fuck you, Necro. Story, casual, normal. That's all. I need and decision. Journal, do you have a tiefling colliding with the plot setup of this campaign? So hilariously, Claudia, in the base party there is a tiefling. There is also an ascended succubus, who is a sapphic romance option. And if we make it that far in this run, you can bet your bottom dollar and your top dollar and your verse dollar and whatever else this joke has run its course. You can bet your final dollar that we're gonna romance her. Casual, I'm an ascended succubus. Obviously we're going to the custom character. Fuck this noise. We're just gonna go with my face, because that's the easiest way to go. Me millionth dollar. Arr, 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 arr. Okay, so no game cam still? Hold on. Oh, because I did not know, because I have it in whatchamacallit mode. If I turn game capture off, my aha, there we go. Cool. So far, nothing's breaking, even though performance mode is turned off. So we're gonna stick with this way. So, yeah, we're playing on casual, so that way we don't even have to worry about doubling up on stuff. We're gonna skip class for now. We'll go back to that. So far, the options people have put forward are elf or tiefling. Elves are fantasy elves. They live forever. Some of them are foresty, some of them are magic-y. They're vaguely alien. They can crossbreed with humans to make sad outsider children. These are their stats. You can change some of the stuff. And then tieflings are like devil people. You're not a half devil. That would make you way cooler. Tieflings in this are like your great granddad or whatever was a devil. Brownie's going hard on elf. Chaos, every poor choice possible. You second Necro's gnome idea for even more chaos. Necro was riffing on the fact that one of the characters, one of the companion characters in this is a grumpy gnome Hell Knight. So they're 100% alien. Well, yes, okay, but for trope purposes, they are your usual Tolkien-inspired fantasy elves. Tried Kineticist and unfortunately picked Lightning. Well, in Wrath of the Righteous, one of the things that you can get relatively early on, like within the first two full acts, is the ability to just ignore enemy resistances. You can just be like, hey, I know that you're immune to lightning, but no, you're not. Okay, hold on. I think I can start it. Can I start a? Hold on. I could have sworn that I could like start a poll, but maybe not. Do they see around the curvature of the Earth? No, they're not that cool. They are not quasi angels, but they do get a bonus to perception because they have cool elf eyes. They get keen senses. But they share that with like anybody who's not a fucking human. So, what do the variants of elf do? So normal elves are what we see here. They get bonus. They have keen senses. They have an affinity for magic. They have some elf weapons specifically that they are better at using than non-elves. They are immune to sleep because elves don't sleep. They enter a trance, and then they also gain bonuses against mind control magic. And then they can choose to have a different racial heritage, which our options are basic, which is the elf, Blightborn, which you lose various magic stuff, but you get, but you trade it for defense against necromancy, and you're better at fighting demons. Or Lore Master, which trades out their good eyes and their magic affinity, but they gain a bonus to various like magic related skill checks, like the legless stock elf eyes physics problem. Yeah, they don't do that. They have slightly magic eyes, but not super magic eyes. You seem to remember every single race in this game have yet more variants. Yes, basically anybody has a variant. I have all of the DLC. So we have all of the options. Bonus versus demon seems like it'd be more helpful than average in this campaign. It is. That's why it's included. But a +1 bonus is not ridiculous. It is a nice flavor bit if you are going for. I think if I remember correctly, our original like quote unquote canon playthrough of this is I chose the Blightborn for that elf because I wanted just all of the bonuses against demons, even though we were also a like demon hunter type of ranger. When you get the DLC companion, never stop using him. He's amazing. He became one of your faves on your last run. I don't remember where he is. I don't think I got that far with the actual DLC. I've got all the DLC and then proceeded to do everything except the main story over and over. So yeah, did we want to? So it sounds like the choices in the running are elf, gnome. This is what gnomes look like, or tiefling. And tieflings have like a million options depending on what their infernal ancestry is. Now you're somehow thinking rogue demon hunter. What's a rogue demon? What about a rouge demon? They're good with makeup. Yeah. I'm personally biased towards elves because I like being elves. I think elves are cool. Is it cliche? Yes. I don't care. I like being an elf. Also, aren't rouge demons? Don't we run into demons that are good with makeup later in this game? Elves here do seem quite cute. That's important. Yeah, they have like weird, like alien eyes, which I think is neat. Elves in Pathfinder world, it's like they explain their weird like their like improved eyesight by like they have like massive pupils or something. All right, I think I'm gonna tip the scale and say that we're playing elf. Bart Fly. Oh God. I don't really think that Blightborn or Lore Master is like it's a choice if we wanted to go with that. Um, so I need y'all to know that I have Baby No Money's like just his general like recent popular discography stuck in my head, and Baby No Money, if you happen to watch this, please give me permission to use your music in my streams so that way I can externalize the earworm and therefore have everybody enjoy it. Doesn't really seem different enough to be worth it to you. All right, cool. So we will be a basic bitch elf. Background selection. Where are we from? What's our background? They all give bonuses. Who gives a shit? Let's just make a decision. What were we doing before we were a cool whatever our class is going to be? Swimming? That is an option. Where is it? River Kingdom's Daredevil. No, not that one. Shackles Corsair. That would mean that we used to be a pirate. I think some of these others might also have been a swimmer, but Shackles Corsair is the most specifically you were swimming. Pirate Elf? I'm down for it. It's the one that is most explicitly you were definitely swimming, you know? Ironically, the River Kingdoms, you would not necessarily be a swimmer in that. Okay. So Shackles Corsair. Obviously, if anybody has some very strong opinions, feel free to sway us all. But all right, here's the real problem. This game has 10 million classes, including prestige classes, which we're gonna ignore. You saw a schooner today? Nice. Was that when you were out on your uncle's boat? Or were you just like driving by and you were like, oh? All right, if I remember correctly, I heard Kineticus. I also heard Magus. Both of these are after dinner. Did you go out to eat, or were you on the boat? Again, I'm confused. Were you on the boat, or was this like when we went to that one fancy oyster place that one time? You were drinking by the water. Gotcha. Okay. But yeah, I can, especially since we're playing on casual. Like, I can conceivably play any of these. Some of them are more complicated than others, but part of this whole spiel is that I like doing so, kind of like the oyster place, but quiet and private. Yeah, that tracks. That feels really like the difference between, kind like, this is gonna sound stupid, where the part of the state that your aunt and uncle live in, right? Like that feels like that being compared to the part of the state where we went and got oyster place. Calling one like the other, but quiet and private. Yeah, ignore archetypes for now. We're gonna pick a class. I think the easiest way to think about it is, do we want to be a fighter, a mage, or like a skillful character? And then we can kind of narrow it down from there. Or I guess fighter, mage, skillful, or priest. Those are like the four broad categories of any fantasy TTRPG character. Brownie, can I at least state the states, or are you uncomfortable with that? Okay, yeah. So I feel like the part of Connecticut that your family lives in, compared to the part of not Providence, the part of Rhode Island that we were in, like the wealthy parts of Connecticut being like the wealthy parts of Rhode Island, but they're, more quiet and private. Like that just seems like a, maybe I'm totally off base, but that seems like an apt point of view. I will say, I think you've never seen Kineticist in play. I'm not familiar with first edition Kineticist. I think it like potentially harms itself with. Here, this is what it'll. Kinetic Blast. This is a special attack which type depends on the selected element. So basically, we're like an Avatar, The Last Airbender, like element bender. They can deal both physical and energy damage, and can typically attack from range. If you possess more than one element, you can combine the elements. Interesting. Basically all they do is blast stuff. They can modify their blasts. If you're familiar at all with 5th edition D&D, they are very similar in like play style, I think, to 5e warlocks, where they're going to be focused on their blast attack. And then they have a lot of class features that can modify that, and they gain a lot of powers related to, manipulating their element. In this, they have a trade-off of doing too many cool things all at once impacts their HP. So, if you're in a fancier part of yes, that's Kingmaker is a DLC companion of the class. That's the main one, Yeah. There's also a million Kineticist archetypes, which the other class that was mentioned was Magus, and Maguses are they're typically physical attackers, and they also have some limited magic, and their main shtick is that they combine magical attacks into their like weapon attacks. So they are capable of really big damage attacks. Some of them sound ominous too. Blood Kineticist, Dark Kineticist. Yeah, so Blood Kineticist is a bloodbender. They can use their abilities to rack a target within 30 feet, harming the target by manipulating their blood from the inside. They take basically they deal less damage, but they ignore a lot of like enemy damage reductions. They can infuse their blasts with a vicious power that causes internal or external bleeding. So it looks like they're really focused on fortitude saves. And bleed is damage over time. Blood Blast. Blood Blast is a physical blast that deals bludgeoning damage, is associated with the same infusions as the Water Blast. Bloodbending would be useful. Yeah, I mean, in this case, it seems mostly like you use it to severely injure people. Gut-wrenching infusion. They can infuse their blast with the ability to manipulate their insides. Vampiric infusion. They shall be named Maleficar, accursed ones. They shall find no rest in this world or beyond. You would need microcontrol. Yeah, I mean, I feel like high-level blood kineticists could do that. Dark elementalists. Oh, that's right. Yeah, their main thing is that instead of taking burn, they use the souls of others to insulate themselves against burn. They are like, I think, almost explicitly evil. Yeah. I would prefer not to play a dark elementalist personally. Mostly because you have to be evil to like keep along the path, and that would mean I'd have to be mean to people all the time. Only thing you're actually set on is chaotic dialogue story choices. We can absolutely be chaotic. That's easy. That's easy. We can be chaotic. Not like a heroic Dark Knight or something. No. Trying to think of if there's anything that would be similar to a Dark Knight. Kinetic Knight, maybe. Because they would take. What is Knight's Resolve? I guess they lose a lot of. Do infusions inflict burn? Is that what it is? Okay, yeah. So I guess Kinetic Knight would probably be the closest thing that we'd have to uses magic that uses sort of magic that will hurt them if they overuse it. Oh, Blood Kineticist, you can totally be a good guy with that. Good question mark. But trying to think. There's no paladins in here that let you be kind of a good person using bad powers. Hell Knights are, I think, the closest thing that we would get. And even then, they don't have abilities that harm themselves. Only because they didn't have ultrasound. Hi, Jackie. Hi, baby. And Arcanists are like double magic. Magic Knights in general are cool. Yeah, they are. If we wanted to be a Magic Knight, Magus is generally the Magic Knight class. I don't know if fighters have any kind of. Yeah, fighter class in here does not have any kind of magic like subset. You can multi-class, but Magus is generally if you're trying to do magic and weapons at the same time. Order of the Nail Hell Knights specifically do harm themselves. They have a nail built into the inside of their armor. Yeah, I don't know. So in this, I think it's literally just Hell Knights as like a thing. Like they don't really. I don't know if they have a. I don't think that they have a type. There's. Oh wait, they do. They have order. Okay, we can. Okay, we could be an Order of the Nail. We could be an Order of the Nail Hell Knight in training if we wanted to be a Dark Knight, but we wouldn't really have magic. We'd just be a fighter who later on gets some like law-specific powers. Ironically, we could then do the we could emulate the FF4 Cecil route by taking the like angel path, and we would be a lawful good Hell Knight angel. We could go Hell Knight Signifier. What is the easiest way to get? Is there a Hell Knight? Does War Priest have a Dragon Age 2 blood magic includes the most adorable character in the game? Yeah. Is it wizards that have any kind of Oh, here we go. Kuromancer. We could be we'd have to be a Dampier to be a Kuromancer. But that's a that's specifically blood magic. Meryl makes up for it. Yeah. I was trying to think if the Hell Knight signifiers have like an easiest class to go into, you know what I mean? Do Dampier have that annoying backwards healing thing that Jaethal had in Kingmaker? They sure do. I think that you can get a thing that lets you at least mitigate that, but oh my gosh, Niall, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, welcome. Everybody, here, we're gonna do a shout out at Niall. Yes. Hello, welcome, welcome. How did the League games go? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody should go follow Niall like right now. Niall is a dear friend of mine. They were tough. I'm sorry. Renekton top sucks. Boo. Welcome, welcome. So far we figured out that we're playing an elf and we were originally a pirate. That's as far as we've gotten. We're trying to choose a class. There's 10 million classes. Renekton mentioned. I haven't played League in forever either. I was joking about playing it earlier tonight, but I was like, I am very depressed, and playing this game while depressed is a bad idea. So, Raiders, if you're unfamiliar, my name is Artemis. I play a lot of RPGs. I'm right now typically playing Final Fantasy VIII as part of my playing all the Final Fantasy games more or less in order series. It's not actually all the Final Fantasy games, just the numbered ones, and we're skipping 11 and 14 because those are MMOs and adding additional ones. But anyway, I'm playing a lot of Final Fantasy lately. But tonight was a bonus stream, so we were going to do something a little different, play the Pathfinder video game. We did have Tactics. I played Final Fantasy Tactics. I think that whole playthrough is actually on YouTube. I think I got it all uploaded. Or if not all of it, then like most of it? Question mark? It's all saved on my computer or on YouTube, one of the two. But anyway, yeah, that's true, Cypher. Bloodbending in Avatar was kind of fucked up. It's less fucked up here. Instead, you just use it. Instead, you just kind of try to pull people's blood out of them, and they die. But yeah, we're just trying to choose a class, and then maybe an archetype from there. My viewers are very Final Fantasy pilled, so we keep trying to recreate Final Fantasy classes to varying degrees of success. Shades votes for Blood Kineticist. Could go Magus with the archetype that gets you big armor. Final Fantasy doesn't have enough Mage Knights, you say? There's a few, but still. I feel like a lot of Final Fantasy characters are Mage Knights in disguise. They are a person who fights with big weapons and also has skills that cost MP. I don't know. Let's take a look at Magus. So Magus, we have Arcane Rider, which you're on a mount. It's the mounted one. Armored Battle Mage is the one that gets you armor. Bladebound gets us. This is basically just a hex blade. You carry a black blade, a sentient weapon of often unknown and possibly unknowable purpose. The weapon can become both an invaluable silent assistant and militant parasite. Eldritch Archer is Magus, but you have a bow. Eldritch Scion is Magus, but you use Charisma. Hexcrafter is Magus, but you do a lot of hexes. And maybe also some witch stuff, question mark? Hex Magus, yeah. So it's Magus, but you're a witch. Spelldancer is elf only. Instead of getting your sword better, you get like really big defense bonuses or something like that. And then Sword Saint is you pick one weapon, and then that is the only thing that you can use. But you are really good with that one type of weapon. I think Armored Battle Mage is big armor, right? Yeah, they gain medium armor at first level instead of 7th, and then presumably, yeah, and then heavy armor at level 7. Weapons, what do they get at level 13? Armor, training, and arcane armor, yeah. Probably not the weapon that you get good ones of and you go, oops. I mean, that's why you choose a weapon ahead of time that you know you will encounter. Smay, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, we're playing on casual. We have like unlimited retrains. So if we really fuck up. Feel your preference for anything Eldritch goes without saying at this point. Eldritch here is less tentacles beyond human recognition and more just arcane. If you wanted weird stuff from beyond recognition, that's arguably Witch. The Aberrant bloodline for Sorcerer, I think I think that exists in this. Shamans can get weird pseudo patrons, and oracles have magic that is not, they have magic from dubious sources. Yeah, see, welcome to my problem whenever I start a new Pathfinder game, like a new Wrath of the Righteous game in particular. Like, step 1 is choose between one of like 85 classes, because each of the archetypes could be considered their own class, even though they really wouldn't be their own in most instances. Most of the time they're just tweaking one or two things, but there's a bajillion classes here. This is why you started with Kingmaker. It was a bit less overwhelming. I mean, only a little bit, I gotta be honest. It still has, I believe, all of the same base classes. It just has fewer archetypes. My problem with Kingmaker is that they didn't adapt the rules for... They didn't adapt the play experience for a video game quite so well. So it's a more accurate like representation of the TTRPG. Like, if you were like, I want to play Kingmaker, but I have nobody to play it with, then the video game is like a decent single player experience of that. Wrath of the Righteous is a better video game specifically. All right, are we playing a blood kineticist, or is Shades getting outvoted? I'm gonna give it like another 2-3 minutes. and then we're gonna go for it because I've been streaming. It says an hour. Realistically, it's only like a half hour because I booted the stream up and then it almost immediately had to leave for a bit because the meat suit demanded demanded urgency. Is there that poll thing? Hold on. I can. There's some way to do polls. I can definitely do this. Hold on. We will make a poll somehow. It'll go here and stream manager. There we go. Haha! Look at me using the built-in tools for once. Create a new poll. Question: What class? What class? Blood kineticist. Magus. Hell Knight. Oh wait, we can't play a Hell Knight because we wouldn't be able to do Chaos. Hell Knights are specifically lawful, so maybe not Hell Knight. Hell Knight, multiple question marks, and what else? What else were people? What else were people thinking of? Any other like quick options that people wanted to at least consider? You know what we'll do? We'll do Hell Knight Armiger. Well, Hell Knight will still be an option. I think Armigers do not have to be, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Armigers do not have to be, whatchamacallits. They don't have to be lawful. So, got there, Hell Knight. And trying to think of what else might be decent poll options here. Put Witch up there. We'll put Witch. That's weird and eldritch sometimes. Okay, wife. Give me a Pathfinder class as an option for our poll.
What is the poll for deciding?
For deciding what our elf pirate is as a class. We're playing on a low difficulty. Balance does not matter.
For a Pathfinder video game like Kingmaker, or for a new?
No, for video game.
Only for a particular vibe, or
No, just I have decided you get to choose our final option. They actually don't have to be. They're kind of weird. They get an animal companion, but they don't have to have one depending on their archetype. Cavaliers are kind of like a mix between fighter and paladin, if I remember correctly.
you're having a pirate, right?
Yeah.
Do something that would make you like swoon.
Somebody that would make you swoon?
Yeah.
Alright. Something charismatic. So maybe a rogue or there's like a duelist type character, kind of like a swashbuckler. You want me to do that?
Duelist.
Okay. So that would be, I think, specifically Aldori Defender. Unless somebody who knows stuff, who knows this better. All right, we'll put a 5-minute duration on the timer on the poll. Current poll. Okay, I did it. We have a poll. Okay, I love you.
Then I so I have to like gotta go see friends tomorrow.
I know. We're going to a tea party.
Make tea.
Yeah. Are we bringing board games to that at all, or am I just bringing magic cards and you were gonna sit in the corner and vibe?
I was gonna sit in the corner and vibe.
Okay. I had considered briefly looking into getting you a pre-con, but I think that would have been wasted money because I think you would have not wanted to play Commander.
I've mouse in like years, and like I liked
okay.
it. I enjoyed it. I have like 8 books kept out. I would like to actually get my brain back into reading. So, yeah.
I mean, pre-cons are it doesn't matter. I'm losing the
On right now.
Yeah. It's all good. All right.
Have you been fed?
Cat has been fed. I love how Rowdy, from what I can tell, is basically just like a better version of Thug. Like Thug, I guess, has more like intimidation built in. But they're like an earlier version of like strength rogues, I think. Yeah, thugs are like very, I think literally the only 2 things that they get. Yeah, they gain frightening, they gain brutal beating. They might have better weapon options. No, not even. They still get the weapon finesse. They lose out on danger sense. Wow, thugs are kind of meh. They lose out on danger sense to instead gain brutal beating. Which I guess if you're going for sickened as like a thing you're constantly trying to inflict, maybe. Oh yeah, Knife Master is like technically not. I guess Knife Master is like technically our duelist-ish character. But they don't care about charisma, so. I should not have written Aldori Defender. That should have been written as like Swashbuckler or something. Even though that's not a class that exists in here, it would have gotten the idea across better. But it's fine. Oh god, we have 1 vote. 1 vote. It's a 3-way tie right now. Oh no. I will also vote for myself because I suppose I'm kind of also a thing here. But it should only be counted as a tiebreaker vote. I think so far. Oh, all right. Which is currently in the lead because my vote only counts as a tiebreaker for Magus there. Keen-eyed adventurer. Known for her quick wit, this adventurous witch relies on ray-based attacks and dispatches her foes in a swift and deadly manner. Did you give up? You give up Hex for improved cantrips. That's actually pretty cool. Okay. We're going to ignore the Magus victory because that was just my tiebreaker vote. So we're going with a witch. I feel like, what is Witch of the Veil? Secrets, mysteries, and shrouds are the ever-changing backbone of the Witch of the Veil. She always strives to discover new arcane knowledge in this universe while guarding the secrecy of the knowledge. Chat was determined to have a tie for a moment there. Yeah, right? That's why I voted for Magus, because I was like, oh god, we gotta have a tiebreaker. But no, we can ignore that. So we're going with a witch. Basic witches are like weird wizards. That's the easiest way to describe them. Elemental witches, I believe. Okay, yeah, elemental witch is just is ironically very similar to superficially very similar to kineticist. Hag of Eurona. That requires us to be evil or chaotic neutral. I'm not vibing with that. Hagbound. Whether a changeling in the process of succumbing to her mother's call, a witch cursed by a hag to become her instrument of torment, a vain and petty witch over eager for power, or some other unfortunate soul, a hagbound witch finds its soul has been infected by a hag's spite and powerful corrupt arcane magic. Mind and body begin to transform to reflect her new being. Hagbound witches suffer a slow, transformative taint that is similar to the accursed corruption and make ideal candidates for this additional power and tragedy. Punched muscle? Ugh. I would prefer not to have a body horror experience. We will not be doing that. Hex Channeler. We lose Hex to instead gain channel energy like a cleric. It seems to be literally, we lose 1 Hex for channel energy. Okay, that's actually pretty baller. Not gonna lie. That's like normal witch, but better. Keen-Eyed Adventure, we already went over. It's mostly blasting. Seems like, honestly, probably a better version of Elemental Witch. Makes us really reliant on our cantrips, which is fine because witches don't have like weird combination of things. Leyline Guardian. What does this do? As a swift action, you can increase your level. After performing a conduit surge, Leyline Guardian must succeed on a fortitude save or become staggered. So you can sometimes boost your spells. And they are a spontaneous caster instead of a prepared caster. We're not going to go Stigmatize Witch because there's already one in the party. Witch of the Veil is the brainy one here. They gain a bunch of deception and secrecy related things. I see. They lose patron, but they gain they have to choose deception patron. I see. I will say out of these, I am most interested in Keen-Eyed Adventure, Hex Channeler, or just Basic Witch. I feel like Keen-Eyed Adventure might be a DLC character class. Damage increased by an additional damage die of the same type of the primary round for every 2 witch levels that they possess. So electric, acid, ray of frost, and fire. So all four of, so we have fire, ice, acid, and electricity would slowly improve over time. And then elemental vortex. Can summon a vortex for a number of rounds equal. So you can summon a vortex, attempt a check. If it succeeds, the vortex pulls all enemies within a 10-foot radius to itself and deals damage. That's kind of cool. Keen-Eyed does sound cool. All right, yeah. You know what, Shades? We will go with Keen-Eyed Adventure because we did unfortunately vote out your previous thing. So we're gonna go with that. All of that background is we're going with the Corsair. The only stat that we really care about is intelligence for us. I'm not going to democratize this portion of it because we would be here all night. So, if I remember correctly, scimitars are strength based. So I don't know if we're actually going to be any good at using our scimitar, but Basic Witch gets her pumpkin spice lattes from Starbucks. Okay. I think we want more dexterity as well. That's too much. That's overtuned. What if we got up to like normal constitution? Do we dare? Do we have a positive strength? No. I think we put the rest in charisma. So we can be a dashing pirate swashbuckler type. How do we feel about this? I'm feeling pretty good about it. We care about Arcana and World because we're a pirate. Mobility because we're a pirate. Persuasion because we're cool. Oh, but we also care about use magic device. You know what? This is fine. Because Corsair. Wow, we really got like no skills as a witch. Huh. We've got nearly the maximum starting intelligence, and we still get fucking 4 skill points. I think that this is acceptable. People can tell me one way or another if I am incorrect, but I'm liking this. Arcane armor training? No, I'm good. We don't need armor. Specifically ranged weapons. What do you... Hold on. Combat casting? Combat casting is pretty good, not gonna lie. The only thing is that I'm wondering if point blank shot counts for spells. Arcane Spirit is hilarious. You just like talk up your own spells. Do we need Dex to hit with our spells? Yes. So Dex I have at 16. I could crank it up to 18, but that would, if I remember correctly, that would remove basically all of our swagger points. I'm not sure that I want that. I think, strictly speaking, this is us out of the box, right? If I do my best to max out Dex and Intelligence. Our con is lower than usual, and we could improve Charisma, but I would rather have a little bit of Constitution and more Charisma, just because we are Shackles Corsair. We are a pirate on the high seas. We do want to be charming for a nice girl also. Exactly. See, Claudia, you get it. You understand. For skills, I went Persuasion, World Knowledge, which is like knowing about non-magical stuff. Arcana, because we are, we are that, like, we're oh wait, no, we aren't. We picked Corsair specifically for swimming, right? So let's go like this. We don't need world knowledge. we were while other people were reading books, we were out training with the swimming lanes. I don't know. Yeah, this looks good enough for me. Breadth of experience. Oh, that's for like the long-lived peoples. Combat casting is good. Defensive combat training. Oh no, we don't care about that. Improved elven immunities. No thank you. Bunch of weird shit. It recommends point blank shot, which makes me think that this applies to spells. Yeah, I also remember them generally being kind of annoying to not have. So we're going to go with point blank shot to get precise shot and hope that it applies to, oh my god, we get to pick a pet. I mean, I'm always a fan of cats or ravens. We could have a duck. What's a jerboa? All right, cats give us stealth and perception. Dogs give us nature, lore, and perception. Basically, all of these dudes give us perception bonus. Okay. All of them give a perception boost, so it is a matter of what the other skill is. So stealth, will saves. But chicken gives us +3 hit points. Purple hair fits for this character. Corsair is obsessed with RGB after all. Keep getting the you have -4 to hit anything next to an ally until you get these 2 feats thing with your spells. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Then yes, we are choosing the correct thing. Rabbits give us reflex, fortitude, ooh, ravens give us persuasion boost. I am thinking that we're gonna do that. Ooh, vipers also give us persuasion boost, but ravens are sexier. So we're gonna go with that. Patron, huh? Ooh, devotion. Healing is cool. I like healing. Strength. From swimming. I don't know. What do we think? If I remember correctly, somebody else does have the healing hex. But like, it's not bad. Mercy. Oh, interesting. Witch's Patron adds new spells to the list of spells known. They are automatically added to the list of spells stored by the familiar. Spells gained depend on the patron chosen. So Patron looks like it really only influences some spell choices. Honestly, you end up with like some really good buffing characters, so I don't know if any of these are necessarily all that. Like our choice will not matter. Um, Elements is kind of cool. Gives us a bunch of like active spells that we can use. Ooh, it gives us Fireball. That's always sexy. Ancestors is boring. Shadow's weird. If I remember correctly, a lot of the shadow spells in fiction draw from like a parallel source of magic. Or at least that's how it works in Forgotten Realms. Fireball is always fun. All right, we'll go elements. Choose spells. We get 7? Oh my god. Mage armor, cure light wounds, burning hands. Oh my god, we have so many. Snowball, I remember that being pretty good. Strand of the Tangled Knot. Next single attack made against you has a -10 penalty. If it's a crit, it is instead a normal hit. That does not seem like a good option for us. Ray of Sickening. Ray of Enfeeblement. Ooh, Ray of Enfeeblement's actually pretty good. Because it's strength damage. Ill Omen. Oh, it just gives them disadvantage. Yeah, the Shadow Weave. Some other goddess looked at the goddess of magic and said, I can do better, I'll make my own spells. No, so the she like it's a whole thing. Basically the like shadow sorceress doesn't like that the not the shadow sorceress, the shadow goddess doesn't like that the moon goddess and the magic goddess are so buddy. So she creates her own source of magic to like siphon off power and generally make people, have a bad time. All right, we have 2 more spells. I legitimately don't know what to do. Summon monster is bad. We're not getting that. Remove sickness, I think, is not good after very. Yeah, it's already like it's not good even early level because it's just a saving bonus. Sounds like a jealous lesbian who doesn't know about polyamory. No, I think she's one of those goddesses like sister, something like that. If I remember correctly, like the goddess of the moon and the goddess of shadows are sisters. Yeah. I don't know. We'll get inflict light wounds. And we're not talking Galarian goddesses. You blinked and missed the convo. Oh yeah, no, we're talking Forgotten Realms goddesses. Honestly, Ill Omen seems like the sort of thing that could get real good at later levels. There's no saving throw? Oh my god, never mind. Ill Omen is fantastic. Shut the front door. Okay. We need to choose Chaos, I've been told. Are we okay with choosing Desna? She is neutral good, or chaotic neutral. One of her domains is in fact chaos. Desna, more like Des Nuts. Oh, get owned. Lawful. Seems like a nice goddess too. Desna's cool. I like Desna. Callistria is also a chaos goddess. Cypher says Desna is acceptable. Okay. Yeah, also, all right, so we're going to be chaotic good. Because it honestly gives us more room to do chaos without fucking over a bunch of stuff. We have average a bunch of stats. Do we want to be twig-limbed? I think not. I think we shall be hale and hearty. We are, however, going to be pale as hell. Eye color purple, obviously. Hair color, that is not really purple, I gotta be honest. That's more of a pink. That's okay. Well, that's the best we're gonna get. Okay. Hairstyle. 3 is a strong contender. 7. All right, what do we feel? Do we like the shoulder length hair? Or do we like the smooth the smooth swoop hair? She's very sensible to you. Yeah, exactly. You get it, Claudia. I like the soft face. We're gonna be a soft faced elf. For our tattoo, okay, we're gonna take our clothes off real quick, so that way we can have the tattoo. Here we go. Got our tattoo, and we're gonna put our clothes back on, and we are going to somewhere around here. There we go. We're gonna have purple lipstick. It's a good thing it doesn't go as far as a few other games. True, very true. Yeah, this is a tasteful clothing removing. Okay, good enough. Devote yourself to the not quite an outer god, but not an outer god because the cute girl likes her. Desna's real interesting. Yeah, Desna is also sort of kind of eldritch, so quite surprised when you first opened up. Yeah, don't worry, I have resolved to probably never play Cyberpunk 2077, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay. I think this is the best we. Oh, that's right. We can fuck with our clothing colors. Ooh, okay. That's kind of slay though. Hell yeah. All right, good enough.
Ah, a test of my abilities.
All I see is blackness.
Is an outer god a particular thing in this setting? Yes, actually.
Our path leads on.
I don't know if there's any on here. Rovagug is kind of an outer god, but not really. Yeah, no. None of them are really showing up here.
I will see this through. We won't fall. Let us bide our time. I lead, you. Unexpected outcome. Adventures are exciting.
What's that glitter?
Ooh, let's be
This
cunning.
is my chance to run. Hesitation is a waste of time.
Yeah, we'll go cunning. All right. If I remember correctly, Desna's creator was like, she's not like Azathoth, but she's also not unlike him and his ilk. Literally the Lovecraftian fellas, but there's several Paizo originals like Nimbaloth, the Empty Death. Yeah. All right. Do we just name this character Artemis as well? I feel like we don't. If somebody suggests Elftimus, I will be upset. So, Valindra. Maybe. Remember Valindra. I like that. Thespia? I mean, is Artemami too like on the nose? I feel like that is perhaps no good. You get to follow an outer god and it gives me talking points with a cute girl? Say that, yeah. Artememnon, no. Artemam is kind of funny, not gonna lie. Alright, also, what day is it today? It is the 18th of July. The outer god is also a cute girl. The outer god is not. Outer gods are not cute girls. Desna is essentially one of the original deities to exist and the enemy of all things that make the darkness between the stars dangerous. Yeah, she's like if Cthulhu were like cool and not a dickhead. Laura, what a stupid name. Is this a good halfway point between Artemami and a name that is not stupid? Because like if we just want to full send Artemami, I will, but you need to know that that would be the name that like our characters call us from now on. Desna's true form has never been depicted, but her general form she appeared in Into the Elves as an elven woman with butterfly wings covered in starlight, and that's how most people depict her. Yeah, we will, again, depending on if this becomes a regular stream, then we will do that. I would like to eventually go back to the Demon Hunter game playthrough, but I do know that people weren't necessarily vibing with the gameplay overall, so.
Damn this silly thing.
But sorry, we also have elven weapon familiarity. We have so many weapon options. This is crazy. And do let me know if the game at any point is too loud in comparison to me. I think my goal for tonight is for us to get through the tutorialized section, question mark. An auspicious start.
Hey, somebody! We got a wounded fighter. Can we get a healer over here?
Fun fact, Anevia is canonically trans.
My, would you look at this? But why would you drag a wounded fighter into the middle of the festival square? Couldn't she be carted off somewhere else like, oh, I don't know, an infirmary? Or an accommodating ditch?
Darren, my catty beloved. Hold on, I do need to. Okay, now things are getting a little hairy. So I've turned performance mode back on. Hopefully, it should be less stuttery.
Make room, everyone. Step back. Now, what's the matter? What happened to her? The wound looks nasty. Who did this to her?
Demons, Prelate. We found her barely alive outside the walls of Canabris.
So, okay, yes. So, demons are malign and destructive creatures native to the outer sphere plane known as the Abyss. Demons exist for one reason: to destroy. Yeah, so demons are evil and chaos, as opposed to devils, which are evil and law. I'm not. I'm not gonna read all the things, but yeah, demons are demons. Canabris is the city that we are in. It is a like fortress city on the edge of the area of demonic corruption. So please don't let you babble about Pathfinder lore. You will not stop. You got to focus on your Valheim. Or instead, what if you continue to babble about Pathfinder lore?
The walls, you say? Enemy doesn't usually
Once open a
penetrate
mysterious
the roots
cocoon
of
that she
the
found in the
city.
depths of space, thank you, friend,
Must
turned out to be a
fortify
horrible
the
evil mosquito
defenses.
god of plague and awfulness. They fight
Hold
now.
fast. Don't die. We'll see you right. We'll get you patched up now. But first, you there, guard. Take her weapons. Bearing arms is not permitted during the festival. Wounded or not, everyone must abide by the rules. She can get her things back after the festival.
Halrun, I'm sure that you are a real joy at
Leader of
parties.
our troops, the sharpened edge of our blades and the unyielding strength of our armor. Iomade, I beseech you, grant your mercy. Heal her wounds.
The magic envelops us, but our pain lessens only slightly. Oh no. Glonder, the Gossamer King, does, however, go so hard as a name, you cannot help but to love him. Minor evil gods are your faves, just being evil for the love of the game. Hell yeah. Alright, we're gonna say that we won't give up that easily.
Hear, hear! That's the Crusader spirit. My powers are not enough here. Someone call for Terendelev. You there! Yes, you! Stop dithering and gawping and make yourself useful. Go and get Terendelev.
Prelate, surely there is somebody else here better suited to running errands.
I think Camellia and I have the same hair.
I'll get her! Terendelev! Has anyone seen Terendelev?
Sela's great. I love her. Honestly, I love all the characters that we encounter in the early game.
Now, who are you? I don't remember seeing you before, and I have an excellent memory for faces.
I love how we can be a real jerk to him, but no. He's asking... Oh, wait, no. None of these options are chaotic. I don't know. I'm a traveler. I was just passing by.
Just passing by? And how am I to know that you're not a demon spy? Or worse?
Yeah, Halrun is ridiculous. We are dying. He has spent magical energy on us to revive us. We are effectively on our deathbed, and he's fucking investigating us. He is a trip and a half. Halrun sucks so bad. All my homies hate Halrun. Exactly. Fuck this guy.
The festivities, stop interrogating this poor woman. She's been through enough already. Go on. I'll take care of her.
All right, as you wish. You are our protector, and a dragon at that, so I shall defer to your wisdom. But be on your guard. I've been informed she was wounded near Canabris. That means the demons are prowling just outside the walls. And the city is crawling with their spies. Others may be able to relax on this holiday, but not you or I. Not the defenders of the city.
Reminding you of a more intense Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening. He sucks. He is a Inquisitor.
Cast off the veil of suffering flesh. Let light and life go forth in triumph to repel the skulking shade of death. There.
If you are a devotee of Garona, you later get a very specific and super unique interaction with him kind of out of nowhere. Oh god. That would be like really good though. To just like, presumably it's either giving him the middle finger or saying that your god approves of his actions because he instills fear and is fueled by paranoia. Thank you for helping me.
I accept your thanks, but my work is not yet done.
Probably a better person than Jaethal. Honestly, like, debatable. He is a like religious zealot who imposes martial law and like commits basically like actual witch hunts in the name of a good goddess, but like legitimately is basically just doing a fascism. You give me till midnight 30. Right now it is 11:50. You can't sleep. See. Okay, then can you give me 10 minutes? Okay. Okay. I apologize for keeping you up. The scene involves melting his eyes for a minor slight. That's fantastic. Oh my gosh. That's so good. Inquisitors being typically awful does make sense, certainly. Yeah, so Inquisitors in first edition Pathfinder are not necessarily evil. They're just like weird, like they're like agents of their god, but like they're weird about it basically, and they get a bunch of abilities that let them. I mean, you know from the video game, from Kingmaker, but yeah, they have. I think one of their main like draw points from a player perspective is that in the tabletop game, I believe they don't have to match their like patron gods alignment nearly as restrictively as clerics do, because they operate, you know, outside the normal bounds of their like church structure. So it allows you to have stuff like Hulrune where he is like neutral at best and probably actually lawful evil, but still has access to like all of the holy magic and stuff.
My name is Terendelev. I am the protector of the city.
Are you really a dragon?
You don't believe me? Perhaps I should retake my true form and engulf this square with my ice breath to win your trust. Pay no mind to my current guise. I appear this way when I walk among the people. I would hamper the festivities if I tried to attend in my true form.
What happened to me?
I do not know yet, and that troubles me. I am not entirely sure what the demons did to you. This wound is no ordinary injury, and it was inflicted by no ordinary weapon. I have rid you of your pain and restored your strength, but only time will allow you to heal fully.
Can I go?
Certainly, but be careful. I have managed to get you back on your feet, but I have not healed you fully. Alas, sooner or later, your pain will return. But do not be discouraged. You will recover, I promise you that. Tomorrow, come to the cathedral and say that you are expected by Terendelev, protector of Canabras. We will find a way to help you. But for now, put this out of your mind and enjoy the festival. They are all too rare in this time of war, and merriment is one of the best medicines.
Okay. Game has autosaved. We're gonna... Those are spellbook here. We have 2 spells. Apparently it defaults to Burning Hands and Mage Armor, which are not bad options. I mean, if it's free. Yeah. I would rather have them in our spellbook, so we can then later turn them into future scrolls. Okay, so we are going to, I think, let's see. So yeah, I will say, as far as like quote unquote AA games go, oh shit, Remian. I forgot that you could talk to him. But yeah, I think that this game looks really good for a game that's not like a AAA game. And looks good even kind of besides. Like if a AAA, if this was put out as like a AAA game, I'd be like, okay, Actually, a Pathfinder novel with a similar plot, Hell Knight. Okay, I need you to send me that. Just remind me of the title, in Discord. Everybody's letting their hair down. Everybody's drinking, having a good time, but the demon spies never let up. So that means no fun for me. I'm not going to talk to all these people because we are on a limited time here. But Daughter of the Sun? Alright, I need both of you to send me those in Discord. So for the record, this should be impossible. We have these. This city has a thing called a ward stone, which prevents demons from teleporting within its radius, and also prevents them from they also avoid the area. Right? It's supposed to create an area of relative safety, and for whatever reason, a demon lord just showed up. Correct, Claudia. That is in fact not good. Trendelev immediately gets bodied by Daskari.
Let me help you out. I've got a scroll here with a good protective spell.
I've seen you somewhere before.
Yeah, you have. You owe me your life. I'm the one who found you outside the walls and brought you inside to be healed. I see they've patched you up. Good thing they did it before the attack, or else you'd have been done for.
Who's Daskari?
You must have got a good drum around the head, friend. Daskari's a demon lord, the most fearsome enemy of all crusaders and all living things, come to think of it.
Most powerful of the demons are unique demigods, rulers of the abyss with their own individual powers and abilities. These demon lords are known throughout the multiverse, and many cults worshipping exist on the material plane. The total number of demon lords is beyond knowing. Of the countless powerful demons who rule the various layers of the abyss, some are more widely known and worshipped. The most ubiquitous demon lord, and the only one to have obtained full godhood, is Lamashtu, the mother of monsters.
Who knows? Everything's on fire, crashing down around our ears. Place is crawling with demons. Looks like a whole army attacked the city. We're sitting ducks.
So, situation in the city is dire. So if we ask for a weapon, he gives us, I think, a masterwork crossbow? Maybe just a normal crossbow. And then if we ask for a protective spell, I think he just casts the spell on us. So we're gonna get the weapon.
Sure thing. Here, take this.
Okay, so it is just a normal crossbow, not even masterwork. Homer Simpson voice, the only one to obtain full godhood so far. Daskari is such a little prick, you hate that bug. He has a Notice Me Senpai vibe with the Iomade because she won't. Yeah.
Good luck. Try not to get eaten now.
Yeah, for the record, this is that little bit right there. Normally, a random crossbow with a random bolt. Here. So we fall, which this should kill us. This is a very long fall. However, check this out. As soon as it loads.
The silver dragon, Terendelev, the defender of
But
Canabras,
yeah,
fell in battle.
in that scene, we take a
Hardly
pot shot at him.
surprising if she had
We
to
get that
fight the
like
demon
cool.
lord Discari
That's
himself.
because our character
He
is
willed
the special
land
the
to
special
part and
the special
swallow
boy of
all who
destiny.
dared to stand in his way.
You know,
But the war was
draws
still
the
far
sword
from
from the
over.
stone levels of protagonist energy. Normally, a random bolt from a random crossbow wouldn't even register on a demon lord's like radar. They would simply ignore it. But you know, we have special plot powers. Also, Discari hilariously does not have wings. He has a variety of winged insects that kind of form pseudo wings for him. It is a point of great shame of his, shame and anger and jealousy that other demons have wings.
Everything has a price.
Oh, it didn't show it. Oh wait, it does. Featherfall. We had a featherfall effect. Somebody was looking out for us. All right, step 1, mage armor. Step 2, point blank shot.
Oh, holy mother of...
Hey, stay with me. You actually got pretty lucky. You fell down into a black hole. But at least you're not on your own. You've got a great companion. Everything's going to be just fine. Tell me something. Can you feel your legs?
I feel them all right. When say no to a little less feeling in them. My ankle's killing me, but my back seems to still be in one piece. My head, too.
That's all that matters. Now, we're going to... Hey! Fancy meeting you down here. You're the one that Terendelev healed today, right? You aren't injured, are you? Will you help me get her out from under the boulders?
Hold on, we'll get you out of there. Six years. Haha, all of those years swimming. Anyway, summoning all of our strength, we managed to lift the rocks up enough to free the wounded woman from the
I think it's
wreckage.
broken. Oh well, I've had worse. I'll just make myself a splint out of something. Thanks for the help. I wouldn't have lasted long on my own stuck under there. I'm Anevia Tirabade, of the Eagle Watch. I was overseeing security at the festival square. I thought maybe spies or demon worshippers might have something nasty planned. What actually happened, though, now that I did not see coming. I don't think anyone could have been prepared for that.
Well, I'm Sela, paladin by the grace of Iomedae. I crossed the whole continent to come to Mendev and fight demons. And well, I've been fighting for a while now. I don't even want to think what might be happening up there in the city. Canabras has lost the protection of Terendelev, and of the Wardstone too, looks like. It's a relic without equal. It was placed here personally by Iomedae's herald, with the goddess's blessing. I really wanted to go see it, to pray before it. But there's no point worrying about a stone when there are people dying in the streets.
Yeah, things are looking grim enough, but don't lose heart. Wardstone or no, dragon or no, Canabras will never give in. Simple as. Well, we've introduced ourselves. What about you?
Alright, Cypher, if you're still there. None of these have chaos again. I think the closest ones to chaos are either one person's war is another person's opportunity, or I am led by destiny, or I'm a traveler, but none of these are strictly evil or good or lawful or whatever. It would have a tag if that were the case. I am thinking that I am just going to say that we are a traveler who wound up here by chance. Because this seems a little bit too mercantile.
Call me superstitious if you want, or maybe cynical. But I just don't believe in chance or coincidences.
How many stories around the tavern table have started with those very words?
Right enough. I have this habit, see, anytime somebody starts yakking about blind chance, it always turns out that the thing was as far from a quirk of fate as you could want. Sorry, don't take it personal like. Now then, I'll hobble my way out of here somehow. The city ain't far, only 30 paces or so. That's if you're going straight up, of course. I'm afraid we're gonna have to go the long way round.
To summarize, there are 3 of us with 5 working legs, 3 pairs of decent hands, 2 clear heads, and 1 made of wood. That's mine. Underground monsters beware!
I love
Amelia,
Sela.
you stay behind us. You're in no fit state to fight. If we do come up against anything, the 2 of us will try to manage on our own first. Well, onward! May the good deities lead us back.
Hello,
to the
Swag.
open sky
Welcome,
soon.
welcome. I will say, we are ending stream relatively soon. Just to let folks know. Wife has, yeah. My wife has now stuck her head in for the second time.
Always watch your back.
Because I have to keep things open. We have the door to my office open, the door to the bedroom open to let cool air from the AC hopefully make it that far. And that means that we have light and my very loud voice, traveling their way into the bedroom. So she's a little cranky for good reason. So we've got a bunch of basic ass weapons that are, whatever. Acid Splash is a DC. Ignition is a... oh, that's a touch attack. Or, oh, it has to hit with a touch attack and then they get to evade it? Or... I'm confused.
Who's there?
I need you all to know that none of the characters in our current party are romanceable for a lady, and it is truly tragic. One of them already happily married to a lady. Another one is not romanceable at all because she is a iconic character, and Camellia here, unfortunately, does not swing that way, which is truly tragic. But Camellia, her description is: find apparel of this young half-elf woman is torn and stained with blood, dust, and dirt. However, she holds herself with such dignity that you would be forgiven for thinking you are at a high society party and not in the dank catacombs under the city. Her fingers grip her rapier hilt with confidence, ready to draw it at a moment's notice. At her feet lies a dead body, so mutilated that at first glance it's hard to tell if it's animal or human.
Relax, friend. We're not demons or cultists. Don't poke my eye out with that thing, all right? We fell down here during the attack. I'm Sela, that's Anevia, and this is our new friend.
I don't really want to use the toy box mod, I gotta be honest. I have specifically deactivated it.
Really? I'm so ever glad to hear it. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Camellia.
Mostly because I've never actually played this game all the way through, and so I would rather play it unmodded first.
I can scarcely believe it. How did all those demons get into the city? I thought, naively it now seems,
I had tinkered with it before.
I
had like played around with it a little bit before, and it didn't corrupt anything, but it made me like kind of bump into some of the like rougher edges of the mod and the game interfacing, and I was like, I'm not feeling it. So not many could withstand a strike from a demon lord, not even Tarandalev.
I can't argue with that. We're fortunate to be alive, albeit underground.
Daskari himself has come to Canabras. There's no mistaking that ugly mug. Tarandalev tried to fight him, but what could she do against a near deity? Even the Wardstone was no help. Our city used to be protected by powerful forces, but now?
We've seen how powerless they truly are. Henceforth, we shall have no one but ourselves to rely on, I suppose.
Yeah, if I end up doing like subsequent playthroughs of this game, absolutely we are going to turn on the date anybody or like romance anybody mod. We'll romance Camellia as a lady. We will have polyamory, mod activated. We'll do fully custom parties of hirelings or whatever. But I would prefer to not have a million different things, especially because we've already pre-decided who we're gonna romance, which is a cute succubus who worships the best deity. So, right. Tell me more about yourself. When we're done talking to Camellia, we are going to end stream because it is already after midnight.
But that's not what you wish to know, is it? You most likely wish to know whether I'll be a burden should you ask me to join your group. No need to worry about that. I can assure you that I am skilled with a rapier, and I also possess some knowledge of magic.
What happened to this poor man?
I don't know. He must have been in the square when disaster struck. I tried to revive him, but he was already dead, sadly.
He didn't get these wounds from the fall. Be on your guard. Whatever killed him likely hasn't gone far.
Hang on. I think I know him. His name's Aravashniel, the egghead from the library. He was a good lad, even if he was kind of stuck up. May his soul rest in peace.
Do you want to join us?
Certainly. Survivors should stick together.
Excuse me.
Who knows what else could be prowling about in these caves?
We need to keep moving. There must be a way back to the surface somewhere around here.
That's right. It would be the height of foolishness to survive a demon attack only to perish under a pile of rubble.
Let's see if this poor bloke has anything useful on him. Not to sound like a heartless brigand or nothing, but we kinda need all the supplies we can get right now.
Masterwork dagger. Okay. What do you have for spells? You have 2 rounds of Cure Light Wounds.
I heed the voice of the spirits.
She heals herself. Ta-da!
Save the last one for me.
Good enough for now. We are going to hit a quick savey save and call it here. Everybody, thank you for hanging out with me for the last 2 hours. I appreciate it. My depression has been kind of kicking my ass lately, and streaming has been really helpful for that. It lets me kind of focus my energy away from the thoughts in my head out into the stream. So I do appreciate it. I do apologize for those of you who stuck around since the beginning. Um, my stomach really was not agreeing with me at the beginning, so thank you for your patience while that got sorted. I will probably not have any time at all this weekend to stream, either this or FF8. On Monday, we will be going back to FF8, but I think any kind of bonus streams will perhaps be Pathfinder for now, question mark? If you guys liked this. If this is not your vibe, totally understand. I really like this game, even though I've played the beginning of this game a million times, but have not made it farther than probably like maybe the halfway point, probably not even. So I really enjoy this game. I would love to be able to share it with you guys. I think I would like to eventually get back to the Demon Hunter playthrough because I thought that was a pretty good, like, easy character concept for us to focus in on. And you know, the character class, the Demon Hunter is like the best for story opportunities in this game because it is just you're a ranger and you're great at killing demons and you're here to kill demons. Like it just meshes so well with the campaign that is about demons. So but yeah. Yeah, I have heard various things about the secret ending. Like inklings of it. I know that you have to get like the midnight bolts or something like that, plus some other convoluted stuff, but that's for future stuff. So but yeah, everybody, I will see you guys Monday at the latest. But probably Monday, let's be real. Thank you for hanging out with me for the last 2 hours and change. I really do appreciate it. If you're watching this as a VOD, hopefully I have edited this to some capacity before you're really seeing it, but if not, then thanks for skipping ahead past my my random intermission at the very beginning there. I do apologize. Yeah, thanks for letting me keep you company for an hour and a half ish, 2 hours, somewhere in there. And I think that's about it. So everybody have a lovely morning, afternoon. Oh wait, before I forget, Niall, everybody should go follow Niall Goes Fishing on Twitch. Thank you so much again for the raid, Niall. I really do appreciate it. If you are not watching Niall, what are you doing with your lives? Come on, go follow her. She's great. But yeah, so everybody have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, whatever time of day it happens to be for you as you are watching this. And until our paths cross again in this big wide universe of ours at my particular corner of this particular little galaxy, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, keep on shining bright starlights. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care and good night. Bye bye.